Hello everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda, and today I am in the garden and I am just multitasking, getting some things done. I am cleaning out some beds, I am hooking up some irrigation, I am up potting some of my aloe vera plants. I want to show you something I just noticed in the garden. There are pods on the sweet peas in the garden. And some of them are looking pretty full. But I am very excited about these sweet peas because I have been waiting on them. I love eating sweet peas in the garden, and so this will be one of my garden snacks. Let's take a look at these blueberries. And a lot of the greens in the garden are beginning to go to seed, so I'm going to be collecting these seeds, and I'll be giving a lot of the greens to the chickens and to the rabbits. Okay, y'all, now I want to plant some flowers. And the flowers that I'm going to be planting are some hibiscus and some lantana. I already got my trays ready, so I'm going to moisten my soil. First one I'm going to plant is the lantana. Just going to put a little soil on top of these lantana. And now I'm going to do my hibiscus. I'm just give these hibiscus seeds just a little press. They are on top of the soil, but I'm going to press them in lightly to make a good soil seed contact. Make sure I got some water at the bottom of my tray. And I'm going to do the same thing with my lantana. I'm going to press it in and make sure I get a good seed and soil contact. Make sure that I have some water at the bottom of my tray so that these seeds do not dry out. Okay, I got my labels in. Now I have two pots that I want to plant some citrus in this, and I want to plant some plums in here. And I have some seeds that I got, and so I'm going to moisten my soil. I'm just going to stick my plum seeds into this soil. And then I have some lemon seeds that I'm going to be planting. And hopefully we'll get some germination and we'll be able to graft us a lemon tree. So I'm just going to cover these seeds lightly. And these will be staying outside. Okay, so we got plums planted and lemons planted. Okay, y'all, it is the next day, and I am back out in my garden, but I'm in the East Garden today, and the main thing that I want to get done today in the East Garden is to get my irrigation hooked up to all of my squash, pumpkin, and watermelon plants. I also have some okra planted out here. I planted some of David okra out here, and I am about to plant some jambalaya okra. I want to make sure that my irrigation is set up. I'm going to be connecting to the line that I already have, and right here is where my line is. And I'm going to just cut into this line, and I'm going to run a straight line out the length of the garden. And then I am going to connect my drip tape. So I'm just going to make a cut right here. And I'm going to use one of my straight connectors just to connect the line. Use some of my line that I've already used and connected the rest of the way. Okay, this is the 1/2-inch black tubing that I'm going to be using, and as you can see, this black tubing has already been used. It already has the 1/4-inch tubing that is connected, and I used it last season in the garden. And so now I'm going to remove all of these. Well, I don't have to remove all of them, but I'm going to remove most of these, and I'm going to plug these holes back up with some goof plugs, and then I will make the holes where I need them to fit the irrigation need that I have in this garden. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut my line right here to connect these two lines, make it one, and now I need to seal off the other end. Okay, since I already got the 1/2-inch tubing connected with this straight connector, and I will be digging add a little bit more to my trench to make sure that all of it is covered. And this is where my 1/2-inch tubing is connected right here, and I have to add a little trench right here to make sure it's covered so the lawnmower or the weed eater won't hit it. And now I'm going to go to the other end, and I'm going to put on a figure 8 to make sure that that's going to cut off the flow of the water right down on the end. This is my figure 8, and I'm going to connect it. I'm going to just slide it down the end of my 1/2-inch tubing. I'm going to fold my 1/2-inch tubing over, and then I'm going to slide this on up the other end, and this is just going to cut off the flow of the water. And this works real well, and someone said they had problems working with this 1/2-inch tubing. Try working with it out in the heat. Well, you know, let it lay out in the sun for a while, or get some hot water and just put the area in it, you know, that you're trying to connect. If you're trying to add some connectors on, just put that in some warm water and try to make it more pliable. I'm gonna go ahead and add a goof plug to this hole to seal it up. And that's going to stop water from flowing. So that is what the goo plug looks like, and that's going to stop water from flowing out of the hole that I had already made. So this can work if you make a mistake. If you're reusing tubing like I am right now, I can go ahead and I can seal that hole up. Sometimes a little water will seep from around it, but not enough to make a big difference. Now I'm going to go ahead and start connecting my drip tape. And these are the connectors that you use to add your drip tape. This is the end that you're going to add to the drip tape to connect it to your 1/2-inch tubing. And these are what you use to shut off the flow of the water in the drip tape. You fold the drip tape and you push it into this hole. And this is what is going to shut off the water flow. Okay, so I'm going to take this end and stick it into the hole on my drip tape. And then you want to screw it until you get it connected, and then you pull it to make sure that it is connected. Take this end and stick it into your tubing. Make sure when you do it, you don't untighten it. And say, and now it is connected to your drip tubing. And I'm going to go to the other end. I'm going to show you how I'm going to shut off the flow of the water in the drip tape. Okay, this is the other end of the drip tape, and you just want to fold it. And slide it into this, and then to make sure it's more secure, I will put a landscape staple right here when I fasten it to the ground. Okay, so I got this end connected. So I'm gonna go to the other end and seal off the drip tape. Okay, while I was doing these, I realized that if I fold this over one time and then fold it back over underneath the area where I had folded it, making this part of it a little bit thinner, I'll be able to get the drip tape to come through the other end. I think that's gonna give me a more secure fit, so I'm gonna do it like that, and I'm gonna see how it works out. I just want to make sure that this does not come apart, because if it does, then you have water shooting out the other end, which would be a easy problem to solve, but you just rather not have the water coming out the other end. You want to be able to shut the flow of your water off. Okay, now I'm going to go back and landscape staple all of these tapes to the ground. And when I get to the end of the drip tape, I go ahead and put my landscape staple as close as I can to the end, and that way it'll go ahead and shut off the water. And I press it all the way down, it'll cut off the water. And it should also prevent this from popping off. So I think this is just extra security, just pushing this landscape staple all the way down on the end. Okay, you all, the water is dripping perfectly. So I am so excited to have this taken care of. And I will be adding more irrigation to this area, because right over here in this area right here where I already have planted the squash that I dug out of my potato bag, I will be adding irrigation to this area also. And so it's just a small area. It's not as big as what I just finished. I probably won't do it on video since I've already shown you all how I do it, but I will go ahead and get that taken care of. And I will be planting my jambalaya okra out here, and I have some more watermelons that I can go ahead and put in this space. So I am very excited about having this taken care of, so we can start preparing for the high temperatures that we are expected in the near future. And I hope that you all have enjoyed the video today, and that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, you all, I decided to go ahead and hook up the rest of the drip tape to this area, so that these plants over here, like this plant that I bought from the potatoes, can go ahead and get some irrigation also, and I won't have to come back out and hook this up later. It'll already be done. So I am very excited about this. It is working very good. So the irrigation is done in the East Garden. Yay!